Good morning, students. Today we will start with our fourth module of the open course Fundamentals of Accounting, the trial balance. So, how a trial balance is to be prepared, that we already see in the last class itself, like in the ledger itself, means one problem we did like that. That is, journalize the transaction, prepare the ledger accounts, and prepare the trial balance. So, I think you are aware now. Just to have a glance at, and we will finish this module also. This is very easy. Okay. And then the final module will be the trading profit and loss account and the balance sheet. That is the financial position or the financial statement with regard to each and every organization. So we will check it, or we will start with our theory portions as well as the problem part. So please watch the video. So trial balance means balances extracted from the ledger books or books of accounts. That is the ledger. ലെഡ്ജറിൽ നിന്ന് എടുക്കുന്ന ബാലൻസ്, അതായത് അതിനകത്ത് ഓരോ അക്കൗണ്ടിന്റെ ബാലൻസ് നമ്മൾ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. അത് as the case may be, whether it is an expense, whether it is an income, okay, asset, liability, based on that basis we need to put it accordingly. So that is the balances extracted from the books of accounts, that is to be as per the case, whether it comes on the debit side and the credit side, then it should be tallied. If not tallied, up to a certain extent, we can put it in the suspense account there. So we will see with the suspense account and without the suspense account. So we will start with this. When the transactions are recorded in the journal with the dual aspect and subsequently posted into the ledgers and the balanced, the process of journalizing and the posting is over, isn't it? Dual aspect concept, rather whether there is a debit aspect, there will be a corresponding credit. So journal with the dual aspect and subsequently posted them into the ledger and the balanced one. അതായത് പോസ്റ്റിംഗ് നടത്തി അതിനെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ബാലൻസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, isn't it? പോസ്റ്റിംഗ് നടത്തി ബാലൻസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ that process of journalizing and the posting is over. അപ്പം journalizing process എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ journal entries എഴുതുന്നു. പോസ്റ്റിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതിനകത്തുനിന്ന് ഓരോ journal entryയും അതിനെ ഓരോ അക്കൗണ്ടിലായിട്ട് പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അതായത് ഡെബിറ്റ് ആസ്പെക്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത്, ക്രെഡിറ്റ് ആസ്പെക്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടതാണ് അല്ലെ, പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇനി ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ്സ് ആർ പ്രിപ്പയർഡ് യൂസിംഗ് ദീസ് ബാലൻസസ്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ദസ് അപ്രോപ്രിയേറ്റ് ടു ടെസ്റ്റ് വെദർ ദ റെക്കോർഡിംഗ് ആൻഡ് ബാലൻസിംഗ് പ്രോസസ് ഈസ് കറക്റ്റ് ഓർ നോട്ട്. ഫോർ ദിസ് പർപ്പസ് വി പ്രിപ്പയർ ദി ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ്. ഇഫ് ദ ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് ഈസ് ടാലിഡ്, വി അസ്യൂം ദാറ്റ് ഓർ അഷ്യൂർ ദാറ്റ് വി ഡിഡ് in the correct way. അതാണ് ഓർക്കേണ്ടത്. In the preceding chapter, we have studied the preparation of journal, posting of journal entries to ledger account, and ascertaining their balances. According to the dual aspect concept, the total of debit balance must be equal to the credit balance. അത് ശരിയാണ്. ഡെബിറ്റ് ബാലൻസ് നമ്മൾ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്ന ബാലൻസസ്, ഓരോ ബാലൻസിന്റെയും, ഓക്കെ, നമ്മൾ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്ന ഓരോ ബാലൻസിന്റെയും ഓരോ ഇത്, അതായത് ഡെബിറ്റ് ആസ്പെക്ടിന് ഈക്വലന്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ക്രെഡിറ്റ് ആസ്പെക്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ഓരോന്നും നമ്മൾ ഓരോ ബാലൻസിംഗ് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ assume that we did in the correct way after preparing the trial balance. So according to the dual aspect concept, the total of the debit balance must be equal to the credit balance. It is a must that correctness of the posting to the ledger accounts and their balances should be verified. This is done by preparing the trial balance. അപ്പം ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുക എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ balances extracted from the books of accounts, whether as the debit aspect or the debit area or the debit side as well as the credit side, put it there, and if it is equal, both the sides are equal, assure that we did in the correct way, the ledger accounts. So that is the surety. അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് പ്രിപ്പയറിംഗ്, അതായത് arithmetical accuracy അത് കിട്ടുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. Okay, then next step is meaning of the trial balance. What is a trial balance? It is a statement prepared with the balances or the total of debit and credit of all the accounts in the ledger to test the arithmetical accuracy of the ledger accounts. നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന ലെജർ അക്കൗണ്ട്സിന്റെ അരിത്തമെറ്റിക്കൽ ആക്യുറസി ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഡെബിറ്റ് ബാലൻസസും ക്രെഡിറ്റ് ബാലൻസസും ലെജർ അക്കൗണ്ട്സിൽ നിന്ന് എടുത്ത് അത് as the case may be ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡും ക്രെഡിറ്റ് സൈഡിന്റെയും രീതിയിൽ എഴുതി as the item based on the item അങ്ങനെ എഴുതി ഒരു സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് രൂപത്തിൽ പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്ത് debit side total should be equal to the credit side total so that we did in the correct way. അതിനുള്ള ഒരു ഷുവർട്ടിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് എന്ത് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. as the name indicates it is prepared to check the ledger balances. അതാണ് ledger balances ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. hence the name trial balance. if the total of the debit and credit amount columns of the trial balance are equal, it is assumed that the posting to the ledger in the terms of debit and credit amounts is accurate. അതായത് നമ്മൾ debit side is equal to credit side. I think you are aware about this with regard to one problem I given for assignment. I think 98,000 is the total for both the sides coming. So sure that you people did it in the correct way because all the balances extracted from the ledger accounts that is to be posted or that is to be put as debit side items, credit side items like rent, where it coming an expense. Rent received, then it is an income. Salary, it is an expense. Interest received, it is an income. So on that basis, purchases, it is an expense. Sales, it is a revenue. So comes on the credit side. So you are aware about the item and you need to put it based on the situations or based on the items. Whether it is on the putting on the debit side and whether it is on the putting on the credit side. Both the sides should match, then assuring that you did the correct way. So that is the trial balance preparation. A concern can prepare trial balance at any time, but its preparation as in the closing date of an accounting year is compulsory. The features are, it is prepared on a specific date. It may be prepared with the balances or totals of ledger accounts. It contains a list of all ledger accounts, including cash account. Then the total of debit and credit column of the trial balance means it should be equal with the debit and credit column. We assume that ledger accounts are prepared arithmetically in the correct way. So difference in the debit and credit column points out that some mistakes have been committed. അപ്പോൾ 98,000 നിങ്ങളുടെ ആ പ്രോബ്ലത്തിനകത്ത് 98,000 ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡ് ടോട്ടൽ. ക്രെഡിറ്റ് സൈഡിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരാൾക്ക് 90,000 കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ there should be an error occurred with the 8,000. So that confirmation you are getting it from where? Trial balance preparation. അതാണ് arithmetical accuracy ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് എന്ത് ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. Then tallying of the trial balance is not a conclusive proof of accuracy of accounts. Tally അത് മനഃപൂർവ്വം ടാലി ചെയ്ത് വെക്കുക അല്ല, പകരം എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? ടാലിങ് ഒരു പരിപാടിയുണ്ട്, അതായത് അതിനാണ് സസ്പെൻസ് അക്കൗണ്ടിൽ എഴുതുന്നത്. എന്നാൽ ഒരു പരിധി വരെ സസ്പെൻസ് അക്കൗണ്ടിൽ ആ എമൗണ്ട് വെച്ചോണ്ടിരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, അത് അവിടുന്ന് എടുത്ത് മാറ്റണം. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ ഇതിനകത്ത് അതും കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, so that is why tallying of the trial balance is not a conclusive proof of accuracy of the accounts. Then objectives. What are the objectives in preparing the trial balance? First is to ascertain the arithmetical accuracy of ledger accounts. അത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നെ അറിയാമല്ലോ, കാരണം ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡ് ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു 98,000, അതിന് 90,000 ആണ് ഒരു സൈഡിൽ ഒരാൾക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ എന്താ 8,000 there's a difference. So check which item relates to that 8,000. Maybe you wrongly put something instead of credit side, they put in one account debit side. There may be 8,000. We will easily identify based on that. That is why this is for ascertaining the arithmetical accuracy of ledger accounts. Then to help in ascertaining the errors, തെറ്റുകൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ എളുപ്പത്തിന് പറ്റും. അതായത് when the volume of the transaction and number of postings are large, chance of getting the trial balance tallied is very remote. Such a case, the accountant is faced with the problems of locating and correcting the errors, like rechecking the trial balance items with the ledger balances. അതാണ് എന്തേലും ചിലപ്പം 18 എന്നുള്ളത് 8 എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ളൂ എന്ന് വെച്ചു, തെറ്റിപ്പോയി. 8 എന്നുള്ളത് 10 എഴുതി അറിയാതെ. അപ്പൊ എന്താ 2,000 ഇൻക്രീസ് കണ്ട് ബാലൻസ് വരും. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് റീചെക്കിംഗ് ദ ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് വിത്ത് ലെഡ്ജർ ബാലൻസസ്. ദെൻ Locating the items in the books of original entry that are not posted in the ledger accounts. Ledger accounts പോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാതെ വിട്ടുപോവുകയാണ്, ഒമിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ there also it occurs one expense fully be omitted. Rent received അല്ലെങ്കിൽ rent paid, salary paid, ഇത് വിട്ടുപോയി എന്ന് വെക്കുക. So there will be a shortage of that entry, isn't it? ഇനി ആ ലെഡ്ജർ അക്കൗണ്ട്സിൽ അപ്പൊ അതും കൂടി ഇട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് കിട്ടും? We are correcting that. So that is why ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസും ലെഡ്ജർ ബാലൻസസും തമ്മിൽ ആദ്യം ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യണം. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഐറ്റംസ് ഓഫ് ദ ബുക്സ് ഓഫ് ഒറിജിനൽ എൻട്രി, അതായത് ഏതാ ജേണലും ലെഡ്ജറും ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസും തമ്മിൽ ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യണം. എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എടുത്തെഴുതിയതിനകത്ത് ക്ലറിക്കൽ എറർ വല്ലതും വന്നതാണോ എന്നുള്ളത്. Then usually difference in one of the digits may due to error in totaling or balancing. നമ്മൾ അവിടെ ടോട്ടൽ ചെയ്തത് അല്ലെ ബാലൻസ് ചെയ്തതിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാകാം. അങ്ങനെയെങ്കിൽ we can check out that errors and rectify it. So this can be located by checking the totals of the ledger accounts and their balances. ചിലപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയും വരാം, ledger accountsന്റെ ഡിഫറൻസ് വരുന്നത്. Okay, so that is helps in ascertaining the errors. Then helps in preparation of final accounts. അപ്പം ഈ ബാലൻസിന്റെ ബേസിലാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ട്രേഡിംഗ്, പ്രോഫിറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ലോസ് അക്കൗണ്ട് ആൻഡ് ബാലൻസ് ഷീറ്റ്. അപ്പൊ അതാണ് ഓർക്കേണ്ടത്. ഏതൊക്കെയാണ്? അരിത്തമെറ്റിക്കൽ ആക്യുറസി ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ്, then ascertaining the errors and also helps in preparing what final accounts. Then methods of preparing trial balance. Two methods are basically used. One is the balance method and another is the total method. So what is a balance method? What is a total method? Balance method is the most commonly used method of preparing the trial balance. As its name indicates, trial balance is prepared with the balances of ledger accounts that you are aware. Debit balance amounts are shown in the debit amount column and credit balance amounts are shown in the credit balance column. The total of both the debit and credit balance must be equal. Any difference is due to any error or the errors that is to be located and also rectified from our part. അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റും. അതായത് ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡ് ഐറ്റംസ് ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡിലും ക്രെഡിറ്റ് സൈഡ് ഐറ്റംസ് ക്രെഡിറ്റ് സൈഡിലും take the total. Then if it is matching, then not a problem. If not, we need to rectify that error. That is the balance method. Next is total method. Under this method, the total of the debit side and the credit side of every account is separately written in the debit and credit column of the trial balance. The total of both the debit and credit columns has to be equal. If it is not equal, there must occur some error that should be located and verified. The preparation of both the types of trial balance are illustrated below. So, first case, we are doing one problem. From the following transaction, past journal entries, prepare ledger accounts and also prepare trial balance. Firstly, we check the ledger account, journal entry. Anil started business with 8,000. What is the entry? Cash account debtor to Anil. How much amount? 8,000. Then purchased furniture. So furniture account debtor to cash 1,000. Then purchased goods. So purchases account debtor to cash. How much? 6,000. Then sold goods. Cash account debtor to sales. So it is 7,000. Then purchased from Raja. So cash account debtor, sorry, not cash, purchases account debtor because it is a credit purchase. Purchases account debtor to Raja. How much? 4,000. Okay. Then sold to Somu. Somu debtor to sales. 5,000. Then paid to Raja. Rajaike paisa koduthu. So Raja debtor to cash. How much it is? 2,500. Then received from Somu. Somu the kitty. So what is received? Cash is received. Cash debtor to Somu. How much it is? 3,000. Then paid rent. So rent account debtor to cash. How much it is? 200. And one more is there, received commission. So cash debtor to commission. How much it is? 100. So these are the entries, and based on that, we need to pass it. So what all accounts need to prepare? Cash is there, Anil is there, furniture is there, purchase is there, sales is there, Raju or Raja is there, Somu is there, rent is there, commission is there. So we will start with the cash account. Under that, what is the first entry? To Anil. How much it is? 8,000. Firstly, we put it as cash. Okay. Then, what is the next account? Anil's account. Due to the shortage of the space in the board, I will put it in this way only. Okay. Cash account debtor to Anil 8,000. Then, next cash in effect here, and Anil is by cash. That is the better way. 8,000. Then furniture account debtor to cash. So another account, furniture. Okay. Then another account, purchases. So cash account debtor to Anil 8,000. Then credit side of Anil by cash 8,000. First entry is over. Then furniture account debtor to cash. So furniture account to cash by furniture. Okay. 1,000. Here 1,000. Then next purchases account debtor to cash. So by purchases 6,000. Purchase account to cash 6,000. Another account is sales. Sales purchase account debtor to cash. So to cash by purchases. Then cash account debtor to sales. So to sales, how much? 7,000. Then by cash 7,000. Okay. Purchase account debtor to Raja. So there is another account, Raja. Small account, because mainly the cash is big because too many transactions are there. So purchase account debtor to Raja. So here to Raja, how much it is? 4,000. And by purchases 4,000. Then Somu debtor to sales. So sales is there? No. Another account, Somu and sales. So Somu debtor to sales, how much? 5,000. And by Somu 5,000. Okay. Then Raja debtor to cash, how much? 2,500. And here there is sales already. Sales account we already prepared. So what is that? Somu debtor to sales. So by Somu, how much it is? 5,000. Okay. Then what is the next? Somu debtor to sales. Then Raja by purchases. Then Raja debtor to cash. So 2,500. So here by Raja in the cash. Okay. Then cash account debtor to Somu. How much? 3,000. Okay. Then cash account debtor to Somu, and Somu is by cash 3,000. Okay. Then rent account debtor to cash. So another account, rent, and another account, commission. So rent account debtor to cash, how much it is? 200. And rent account debtor to cash. So by rent 200. Then this entry, cash account debtor to commission, how much? 100. And commission account by cash 100. So we already posted the entries. These are the entries and this is the posting. These are the entries. So firstly, first account, second account, third account, fourth account, fifth account, sixth account, seventh account, eighth account, ninth account. 9 accounts need to prepare. So then we need to, what is that? We need to, yes, mainly cash account needs to be balanced, personal account also to be balanced, the rest as it is, because if there is any item on the opposite side, we need to balance. See, purchases as it is, sales as it is, then see, Raja, personal account need to balance, then Somu, personal account need to balance, rent expense as it is, then commission as it is. So here, see how much cash is there, we will check it. 15,000 plus 3,100. 18,100 is the this one total here. 18,100. Here 6 plus 1 7. 7 plus 2 9 500 plus so how much 7,000 plus 2,700. So 9,700, that is minus 18,100. It is 8,400 is the balance. Look, by balance carry down 8,400. So 1,800. So here 8,400, that is to be balance brought down. Okay. The balance carried out, that is to be brought down. Then next, here it is 8,000 to balance brought down 8,000 by balance carried down 8,000. Then furniture as it is 1,000. So this is by balance carried down. Here to balance brought down, and purchases it is how much 10,000 as it is keep it. It is 12,000 as it is keep it. Then here 4,000 and 2,500. So 2,500, so 1,500 is the balance to balance carry down. Then that is 4,000. So by balance brought down, that is 1,500. Okay. Then Somu, like the same 5,000. So 2,000 having a balance. So by balance carried down. Then here rent is 200 and commission is 100. So this based on these, see the balancing is also over. The balancing is also over. Then next step is what? We need to prepare the trial balance. Look here, we need to going to prepare the trial balance. So whatever the balances relating to the items of the debit aspect as well as the credit aspect, we need to put it as it is. So here, see, trial balance, like a T form, okay, cash. This is the debit, this is the credit, and this is the particulars. So cash, how much? 8,400. Okay. Then in furniture, firstly we need to put it as the asset items. Furniture it is 1,000. Purchases it is 10,000. Sales it is 12,000. Then rent it is 200. Commission it is received, so 100. Then what all items next? This we take it, purchases we take it, sales take it, then rent take it, commission take it. Next is what? Anil is what? Anil started business, so yes. This is nullified. Okay. So Anil means capital. Capital 8,000. Okay. Then so look here. Then Raja and Somu. Okay. So Raja 1,500. Then Somu 2,000. So check it. 8,400. So Somu is 2,000 and Raja is 1,500. So 12,000 plus 8, 20,000 plus 10, 21,600, isn't it? So see, 21,600. This is the, see, balancing method. Then here also 2,200 plus 10, 12,200 plus 1, 13,200 plus 400, 13,600 plus 8, 21,600. See the balances. So this is the trial balance balancing method, and we need to see what is a total method. Total method in the sense means we are taking the totals only, like cash 18,000 instead of 8,400, 18,100 we are taking. And on the credit side, the what is that 9,700. This is the total. See, capital, sorry, cash, both the side is to be put. Furniture only one area, that is 1,000. Wherever the total, see, and it's capital, both the sides should be 8,000. See, look, 8,000. Then purchases 10,000, because there is no item on the other side. Sales 12,000, no item on the other side. Like the same, Raja is on the debit total it is 2,500 and the credit total it is 4,000. And so 5,000 on the debit side and the 3,000 on the credit side. In that way, this is the total up method. അതായത് ഓരോ സൈഡിന്റെ ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡിന്റെ ടോട്ടൽ എഴുതുന്നു, ക്രെഡിറ്റ് സൈഡിന്റെ ടോട്ടൽ എഴുതുന്നു. അപ്പം നെറ്റ് എഫക്റ്റ് അവിടെ വരും. കാര്യം സി, പക്ഷേ 21,600 എന്നുള്ളത് എത്ര വരും? 36,800, because we are taking the totaling up. So this is the balancing method as well as total method of what? Preparing the trial balance. So hope you understand this trial balance, how preparing the journal entry, passing it to the book or posting to the ledger accounts, and then prepare the trial balance. This also will ask for 15 marks. So from this we can assume or assure that all the assets and expenses have a debit balance also. All the incomes and liabilities have a credit balance. You see in the previous one, cash. Cash is always having a this one, debit balance. Okay. Assets and expenses. Cash is an asset. Bank is also an asset. Furniture is an asset. Okay. Those assets and expenses, debit balance is there. Assure that it is to be put in their debit side. And also the income, the sales. Okay. The sales, where it is the balance on the credit side. So the credit balance, so that it is assuring you that it will come on the credit side of the trial balance. So that is the one. Then another term is the suspense account. Suspense account is an account to which the difference in the trial balance is temporarily placed so that trial balance is made to tally. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് സമയമില്ലാത്ത ഒരു കേസിൽ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള സസ്പെൻസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റില്ല, കാര്യം സസ്പെൻസ് ഒരിക്കലും അലൗഡ് അല്ല. അതേസമയം ബിസിനസ് കൺസേണില് ചിലപ്പോ ചില കേസില് സസ്പെൻസ് അക്കൗണ്ട് ഒക്കെ നമുക്ക് എഴുതേണ്ടതായിട്ട് വരും. അതായത് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും ഡിഫറൻസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ടാലി ആകുന്നില്ല എങ്കിൽ തൽക്കാലം അത് സസ്പെൻസ് അക്കൗണ്ടിൽ വെച്ചിട്ട് ബാലൻസ് ഷീറ്റ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പേ എന്ത് ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം? അത് റെക്ടിഫൈ ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. അത് ഫോർ എ ഷോർട്ട് പീരീഡ് ഓഫ് ടൈം ആണ്. If the trial balance is short of an amount on the debit side, difference will be placed on the debit side of the suspense account by writing the difference in the trial balance, and also if the difference is on the credit side, writing the difference on the credit side itself. അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് ഓർക്കേണ്ടത് സസ്പെൻസ് അക്കൗണ്ടിന്റെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ്. So it is an account to which the difference in the trial balance is temporarily placed so that trial balance is made to tally. From the following account balances, prepare a trial balance on 31st March 2010. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു ഇതിനകത്ത് നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് എന്ത് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാനാണ്? ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാനാണ് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. TB. So trial balance, debit, credit. How much? Capital 25,000. Sure, it will come in the credit side. Stock എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ opening stock 11,000. Then purchases 60,000. Say salary 7,500. General expenses 1,600. Wages 13,000. Okay. Sundry expenses 200. Then insurance, it is 350. Rent, it is 800. Then debtors 10,000. Then sales, how much it is? 94,000. Cash in hand. Cash in hand 1,550. Okay. Then machinery. I'm putting this, the balance in this machinery. Here also 2 amount columns I am putting. So machinery, where it coming? Asset side, isn't it? So 15,000. Then creditors. On the credit side, that is 5,500. Then drawings. Drawings or capital opposite item. Drawings, it is 3,000. Then sales returns. Where is sales coming? Sales is coming on the credit side of the trial balance. So sales returns, it's coming on the debit side. Then purchase returns, opposite of purchases, so it comes on the credit side. So this much item is there, and see the answers. Capital 25,000, then stock 11,000, purchases 60,000, salary 7,500, general expenses 1,600, sundry expenses, general expenses 1,600, then wages 13,000, sundry expenses 200, insurance 350, rent 800, debtors 10,000, sales 94,000, cash in hand 1,550, machinery it is 15,000, then creditors on the credit side 5,500, drawings on the debit side 3,000, returns on sales returns coming on the debit side, and because it is opposite to the sales, and purchase returns coming on the credit side, it is opposite to the purchases. Then take the total. How much it is? 1,25,000. So there is no suspense, isn't it? Nothing is there. If it is tallied, then total is 1,25,000 for both the sides. അതാണ് ഓർക്കേണ്ടത്. ഇതാണ് ഒരു ട്രയൽ ബാലൻസ്. From the balances extracted, we are preparing the trial balance. See the problem, illustration 3. From the following accounts, prepare a trial balance as on 31st March 2010. Plant and machinery, where it is coming? It is coming on the debit side because an asset. Land and building, coming on the debit side, 35,000 as asset. Furniture, 5,000 asset. Advertisement, where expenses, advertisement paid, so expense, so debit. Purchases, 75,000 coming on the debit side. Sales 1,25,000 coming on the credit side. Discount allowed, that is coming on the, it is an expense, so discount allowed coming on the debit side. Discount received, it is coming on the credit side. Returns inwards. Returns inwards means sales returns coming on the debit side, and returns outwards, that is purchase returns, on the credit side. Rent paid is that one. So 1,500 coming on the debit side. The bill is receivable, 8,000. Receivable, that is receiving, need to get it. Okay, so that is an asset. So it is coming on the debit side. Bills payable coming on the credit side. Opening stock, 24,000, coming on the debit side. Duty and clearing charges, this is an expense, charges, so coming on the debit side. Factory expenses, 7,000, coming on the debit side. Electricity and water coming on the debit side. Office expenses coming on the debit side. Wages coming on the debit side. Carriage coming on the debit side. Sales expenses on the debit side. Debtors coming on the debit side because it is a current asset. Then creditors, it is a current liability, so that it is coming on the credit side. Cash and capital both coming on the where debit and credit side respectively. And then the capital coming on the credit side, and see, so total is 2,32,500. Clear? Then another problem. From the following account balances, prepare a trial balance as on 31st December 2002. See, capital of John, 15,000. Where it is coming? On the credit side. Purchases on the debit side. Drawings on the debit side. Stock on the debit side. Bank overdraft on the credit side. Okay. Then furniture on the debit side. Creditors on the credit side. Premises is an asset. Land and premises on the debit side. Book debts, debit side. Rent, debit side. Returns, which return it is? Returns. Simply returns it is putting, then it is treated as sales returns. So it is coming on the debit side. The sales is there, so coming on the credit side. Then discount, where discount it is discount received. So discount, it is coming on the credit side. Then sundry expenses, debit side. Commission received, credit side. Carriage outwards, debit side. And cash, which one? Cash, debit side. So see the total. Look the screen. See, when all these transactions are put, there is a difference of 101,700 that is coming on the credit side total, but on the debit side there is a shortage of what? 500 rupees. That 500, put it as suspense account. Look here, this is the one. Look here, this is the one, suspense account. Clear? So this is the case where we are putting. So if we are putting the suspense, we need to check it before preparing the balance sheet. What is the error occurred with the 500 dirham? Or sorry, 500 rupees. So that is the what? It is the difference between the debit side and the credit side total. Sure, there is an error occurred. Maybe this rent or any item, this rent, if it is putting here, then there is a shortage of 500 in other column. So one item is omitted or one item is missed out. Maybe the chance are there. So we need to check the ledger balances from the first thing. Journal entry in the ledger error vano. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ error in posting. Clerical errors on error in posting from the balances till the preparation of the trial balance. Okay, 1500 then there should be some error due to the clerical error. Clerical error occurs. So for this purpose, we are putting for the short period in the suspense account, and later on it should be rectified. This is the preparation for suspense account. Understood? I think there is the same problem like this. See, from the following account balances, prepare a trial balance as on 31st December. Drawings, where it is coming on the debit side. Bills receivable on the debit side. Bank loan is there, where it is coming. Bank loan, it is coming on the credit side because it's a liability item. Machinery, asset item, debit side. Book debts, debit side. Wages, debit side. Purchases, debit side. Coal, coke and power. Expense is that one. So it is a debit item. Stock. Stock means opening stock, closing stock. Whatever be the stock, it is a current asset. So on the debit side. Sales coming on the credit side. Salaries coming on the debit side. Capital, credit side. Returns inwards, it is the sales returns. So coming on the debit side. Traveling expense, it is an expense. So coming on the debit side. Commission received, credit side. Cash, debit side. Insurance, debit side. Creditors, credit side. Interest on loan. ആ ലോണിന്റെ ബാങ്ക് ലോണിന്റെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ആണ്. അപ്പൊ അത് എക്സ്പെൻസ് ആണ്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓൺ ദി ഡെബിറ്റ് സൈഡ്. Discount allowed on the debit side. Bad debts on the debit side. Furniture on the debit side. Interest on investment. Interest on investment എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ that is ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റിനുള്ള ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ്, അതായത് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് കിട്ടിയതാണ്. So that is on the credit side and investment on the debit side. So we will see whether it is correct or not. See, interest on investment. So it is already tallied up. This is the case where what is the trial balance is prepared. Then another one also, from the following account balances, prepare a trial balance as on that date. Capital account, where it is coming on the debit credit side. Cash in hand on the debit side. Cash at bank on the debit side. Sales returns on the debit side. Then purchase return on the credit side. Opening stock on the debit side. Discount allowed on the debit side. Received on the credit side. Wages on the debit side. Charges with regard to the bank, debit side. Debtors, debit. Creditors, credit. Salaries, where it is expense, so it is on the debit side. Plant and machinery, it is on the debit side. Sales, assets, so it is on the debit side. Then sales, in revenue, income generated, so it is on the credit side. Purchases on the debit side. Commission received on the credit side. Carriage inwards, what is that? Expense, so it is on the debit side. Carriage outwards on the debit side. Yes. Carriage outwards. Then furniture and fittings, debit. Rent, rates and taxes, debit. Advertisement also, this is an expense, that is also debited. So this is the case with regard to suspense. What is that? Trial balance. Then one more here, opening stock, what is that? Debit. Sundry debtors, debit. Creditors, credit. Drawings, debit. Cash in hand, debit. Capital, credit. Purchase returns, debit. Sales returns, purchase returns, credit. Sales returns, debit. Postage and stationery, that is an expense, debit. Wages coming on debit side. Carriage inwards, what is that? Debit. Expense item. Land and building, asset, so debit. Furniture and fittings, debit. Purchases, debit. Sales, credit. Then what is the next? Investment, it is an asset item, so that is the, what is that? Investment, it is debited. Commission, commission means it is paid, otherwise it is received. Commission received എന്ന് തന്നെ വെച്ച് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തരും, സോ അത് ക്രെഡിറ്റ് ആണ്. Then ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ്, ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് പെയ്ഡ് ആയിരിക്കും, കാരണം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റിസീവ്ഡ് എന്ന് പറയേണ്ടതാണ്. സോ സി, carriage inwards 1500, postage and stationery, where it is commission 3000, interest 500. See, this module is also over, so please do as much as problems. So I will give question number 1, 2 and 3. Okay, question number 1, 2 and 3 I will give you as a what is that? Assignment, and also you need to submit it. So question number 1, 2 and 3. So I will share with the through WhatsApp this one. So please have a look at today's topics regarding the trial balance, how it is to be prepared. Clear? And then do as much as practice problems also. And I am giving you 3 questions as assignment. Question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3, and do it by yourself. Okay? So please have a look at today's topics and please clear your doubts as and when it occurs, and please confirm after the videos uploaded regarding seeing the video, like that. And then just concluding the session. So thank you for the day.